What's up? It's Joe. I'm here in Hanoi, Vietnam, and I want to talk about change, and more specifically, what does it take for people to make dramatic changes that will improve their lives. Now, I've been reading about this topic for quite a bit recently, and I'll explain why a bit later. But what I want to say is that the best story that I've read on this topic is it involves a department store in the United States called Macys. Okay, now a few years ago they launched this massive scheme so that their lowest paid staff, they could improve themselves and take training so that they could eventually become like managers of the store. And all they had to do was come in for an extra 3 hours per week in the evening. Now these guys, they're earning about like $7 an hour working as cashiers, and they've been given the opportunity to earn more money, to manage a store, to basically have better lives as with better perks, benefits, everything. And all they had to do was come in, oh my gosh, look at this, for an extra 3 hours a week. Now, you'd imagine that most Macys employees would bite their hand off, right? But what happened is that actually only 3% of people even applied to take this training. It's interesting, right? And the author of the article, he used this as an argument to say that only 3%, oh my gosh. I'm getting run over by small children. Only 3% of people are even trying to make improvements and become better and have awesome lives. And everyone else, just not really that bothered. It's interesting, right? Let's go over here. I feel like in my own life and the people I spoke to that have made like dramatic changes in their lives, most people have had like a catalyst, right? Like normally something really bad that happened, such as perhaps like they had a breakup, or they lost their job, or God forbid like someone close to them died, or even something smaller, something that made them realise that like the pain of not fixing this area of their lives outweighs the potential discomfort of making improvements or trying to, right? And but for most people, these catalysts never arrive. So for years or decades even, they just stay in a job that they hate, or like in a relationship that's unsatisfying, or like in a hometown and a friendship group of people that is not letting them live up to their full potential, because they don't have the leverage to change and overcome like the potential discomfort of making these massive changes. And it is uncomfortable, like I should know, right? Like just mostly like the uncertainty from like, oh no, is this going to be better, is it going to be worse? And I feel like the main reason why people, they don't take like this leap of faith is because like they feel like if they fail and they fall flat on their face, then the result is going to be they're going to end up long term with a life that's way worse than the one that they have now. But I don't think that's true. It's like, it's 2018, right guys? Like as long as you got a bit of savings in the bank, or even just some loved ones that will support you if everything goes wrong, like you're not going to end up homeless. Like probably the worst thing that's going to happen is that you have a shitty couple of months after everything fails, and then you build yourself back up. Hello friends. Oh, it's my buddy Nick. Do you want to be in my IGTV video?
Yeah, sure thing. How's it going, man?
Do you want to walk with me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm talking about change.
Yeah.
And why people, they don't take that leap of faith. And how to change. And what I was saying is that for most people, they don't have the leverage. Most people, when they make massive changes.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a river here?
Yeah. It's a lake.
It's a lake. This guy, he works in Vietnam as a teacher. He made a massive change.
Yeah.
He changed his life. He moved here. Get in the shot.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So what I'm saying is most people
Yeah,
who make these massive changes, they just had some sort of like
Trauma.
catalyst.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And without that, they just don't have the leverage to do it, and they're too scared.
You got to give yourself emotional leverage. And,
Yes.
And oftentimes I notice like people, when they make a change, it's something they've been thinking about for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're just like ruminating on it forever. And then finally something happens and they're like, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's at that moment when they're like, okay, I'm going to do it, that everything starts coming into place. At least that's been my experience.
Yes.
I had a football coach a long time ago who told me this. He said, an excuse is like an asshole. Everyone has one and they all stink. Like, so everybody has an excuse why they won't do it until they do. Like, so everyone's like, oh, I don't have the money, or I don't have the time. Well, you know, as soon as you find the will, you'll find the money, you'll find the time.
Yes, if you want to.
Yeah.
Because most people, they just don't. They just don't. Okay, so my question to you guys is, what area of your lives are you trying to make like, or would you like to make a massive improvement in? And what are your excuses? And is failure, is like the result of failure as big as what you think it is? In most cases, it's not.
No.
All right. What's up? If you enjoyed this video, you will love 4 weeks to unstoppable confidence. This is our 28-day challenge, which will transform you into the most assertive, courageous, and charismatic version of yourself. You can access the ebook, paperback, and video course at 4weekconfidence.com.